Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a super quick and easy gluten-free bake. This is a savoury treat that I've missed so much since going gluten-free, and I'm really excited that I've managed to recreate it, and that is gluten-free mini cheddars. Now, I think these might be one of my favourite baking accomplishments. They're so easy to make. You just need a few basic ingredients. You basically mix up similar to a pastry dough, roll it out, cut it out, bake it, done. And they taste incredible. They taste just like the real thing. So if you're making these, a couple of things that might come in handy. First of all, you're gonna need a cookie cutter. Now this is about 1.5 inches in diameter. I got this from Amazon, it was part of a set, and I will try find that set and link it down below, but if I can't, there'll be something very similar, of a similar size that you can use. And you want these to be about this size because it's about the size of a mini cheddar. So these are kind of quite small. And the other thing that would be really handy is one of these magical rolling pins. Now I got this for Christmas and it has changed my baking, and you can basically unscrew the ends and you can put these discs on which tell you the thickness of the pastry. So for these you want to roll to about 4mm, and you can see that this has a 4mm setting, and that's what I use, and it just means all your pastry rolls to exactly the same thickness and you won't get any variation in baking times. So again, I'll link that down below. You can just use a normal rolling pin, but I just wanted to show you those are some things that have really helped in making these. So let's get cracking with making some mini cheddars.
First up, you need to add 100 grams of plain gluten-free flour to your mix, and then you want to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder, as well as 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of caster sugar. Mix this all together just so that it's nice and combined, and then you want to add in your cold butter. And the way we're going to do this is using your fingers, so make sure your hands aren't too hot, and you're going to rub it together until you get like a breadcrumb consistency. If you find the butter starts to melt, then maybe run your hands into some cold water before doing this. And then once that's done, we're going to add in 35 grams of grated mature cheddar cheese and stir this all together. And then we're going to add in our oil and our water. Now normally I'd use vegetable oil, but I only had olive oil at the time of making this, which works just as well, but I prefer the vegetable oil as it's a bit lighter. And then you're going to add in 2 tablespoons of cold water as well, and use a fork to kind of mush this all together. And you'll find that it starts to come together in a bit of a dough, and when it does, get in there with your hands, bring the dough together, and you'll see it's pretty easy to shape and mould. Now I'm going to mould this into a disc shape, because then we can pop it in the fridge for about an hour, or even 30 minutes will do, just to cool it down enough so that we can roll it and it's not really sticky. So when your dough is chilled, bring it out of the fridge and place it on a well-floured work surface. Now make sure you dust some extra flour on top and on your rolling pin to make sure that nothing is going to stick, because as this dough warms up it can get sticky. So if that happens, you can always pop it back in the fridge for a little bit just to chill it and then roll it out again. So now we're going to use our cutter to cut out our shapes of our mini cheddars. I know traditionally they're just round, but I really like using a fluted cutter because I just think they look nicer. So you just want to keep cutting these out basically until you've cut out as many as possible. And then once you've done that, you can keep re-rolling the dough and reshaping it until you've used up as much of the dough as possible, and you should have around 45 crackers. And then use a fork to prick the surface of these so you get those classic mini cheddar holes on top. Pop them in the oven, which should be hot by now, for about 8 to 10 minutes. And when they come out, you'll see they're nice and golden brown. Mine of course slightly, but we'll just ignore that fact. And then you want to brush them with some melted butter. And what this is going to do is it's going to give them a really nice flavour, and we're going to put a little bit of salt on top as well, which will stick to the butter and give it that classic mini cheddars taste. Once they've cooled down, you can eat them straight away. They won't take very long at all because they are really thin. So pop them all in a bowl and enjoy them. And don't forget to check out the full recipe on my blog, which I will link down below, which has all the written instructions.
Okay, there you have it, my gluten-free mini cheddars. They're so easy to make, and they make the perfect snack either for a picnic or for when you're just chilling in the evening and you want something to eat. So get on it, make some of these. Let me know in the comments down below if you give them a go, and I'll be back again with another recipe video very soon.